Do you think it made guys?
Come on, man.
I made 70, man.
I want to ask y'all, do you think it made guys any more creative than they would have been otherwise?
What?
Getting high.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something personally.
He can speak on that good.
Concentration of a heroin addict was his concentration was very strong.
Oh, really?
You could put everything else out.
Because you block everything else out.
You can block everything else out except that. If you're drinking alcohol, there's a certain where you can't, your technique goes out the window. You know, if you're using cocaine, your nerves, you get nervous. If you're using heroin, there's a solemnness about it and an introverted. Ask Coltrane next time you see him. How he could concentrate and play all that shit he played.
You know, well, he wouldn't get high with me.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is the negatives that come with it. The positive was that you could concentrate better than any other inebriant.
How could you concentrate like doing like this?
Well, you're aware of everything going on. You just.
I was a Philly Joe. I was a Philly Joe. No, I was a Philly Joe.
Oh, you're going too far. When you get in Nod City, that's it. You're gone.
I just be talking to guests, man. They nod. I said, "Hey, man, come on." I didn't know what it was, and it scared me.
But there's a certain concentration that comes with.
It must be. I used to see Miles.
With narcotic.
Miles would be.
Miles the same
so
too.
ripped.
I've been with Miles in situations like that. I know that. I was living with Philly Joe Jones.
Oh boy, that's
Now with Philly, he was doing whatever he was doing, right? And in that first Miles band, Paul was doing whatever he was doing. And Miles was doing it. How did they hook up like that? That band sounded incredible. Yeah. They sounded incredible.
They all were doing the same thing.
I asked Miles about Paul Chambers. I said, man, how could he lay in there so good? He said, because he was drunk, right? Now, I don't know if that's...
They all were doing the same thing, Marcus.
But see, everybody was using drugs in them days.
It was an epidemic, man. All the hustlers.
Almost everybody.
The hustlers. No, John Lewis, Moody. There's a few of us people that weren't. But Roy. But I mean, the thing is, we were victims of the environment.
Yeah.
And here comes all the hustlers and pimps around. And here you are on the bandstand, and you are feeling low, or you're tired, or you want to pick up, and you go for this okie doke. Somebody says, "Oh yeah, if you do this, you pep you up." Oh, and there you go. See, so we all had victims of that environment at that time. Plus, Charlie Parker led a lot of people to try to follow him. They want to play like Charlie Parker. I'm telling you what he said. He said, what he said, that no. He said, no, don't do that. Don't do what I do.
But people said, I don't care what he says. I know what I hear, and I'll do whatever I can do to get to that, right?
Well, there's a whole West Coast element of people that were into the same. Chet Baker, he never could stop. He died from drugs. And other people died from drugs. They never could stop. The Downbeat Club is where we were playing, and Miles's father got wind of what he was doing that he didn't like. And he came to the club and took Miles back to St. Louis and left the trumpet there. Just took him back, said, "You going back home."
He said his dad brought him back.
That's right.
And
I know
Miles' dad was not just a dentist; he was a dental surgeon. So he's pretty up there in St. Louis. And they had a farm with horses. And he said
a pig farm.
Yeah.
So his father.
It was a pig farm.
A big farm.
Yeah.
They locked Miles in the room in the barn in the back. Shut the door, locked the door.
Wow.
And he did his cold turkey that way.
Yeah, I did hear cold turkey.
I think I heard something like that.
Yeah.
That's really cold.
Yeah, well, that served its purpose.